Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. I'm a holistic wellness counselor and I make videos that help you align with your highest self. I am so excited because today I'm going to share with you 10 life-changing books to help support you on your mental health journey. I have 5 nonfiction and 5 fiction here for you today. I chose all of these books because they made me think critically about my own belief systems and perspectives. They helped me shift my mindset in my life in ways that actually improved my mental well-being. My 2 biggest passions in life are mental health awareness and advocacy and reading. So blending the 2 in this video is making me extremely excited, so I'm going to jump right into it, starting with the nonfiction. The first book I have for you is The Happiness Equation. This is a very research-heavy book, but the way he writes it is extremely easy to digest and understand. It explores the idea that happiness is not a result to success, but actually the precursor to it. And it offers 9 secrets or keys to living a happy life, some of which include shifting your perspectives, simplifying your life choices, prioritizing self-fulfillment, and letting go of external validation. What I love about this book is that it encourages you to change the definition of success to fit your own life and lifestyle. It also encourages you to live more mindfully and intentionally and think in ways that you probably haven't thought before. This book is absolutely great if you're someone who feels like you're stuck on the hamster wheel of chasing success or external validation in order to feel fulfilled and happy inside. This is also really good if you're struggling with anxiety, perfectionism, or burnout. The next book I have for you is Everything is Figureoutable. This book teaches the phrase, everything is figureoutable, to encourage you to really believe that any challenge can be overcome through persistence and the right mindset. This book shares both practical tools and inspiring stories to help you overcome fear, face challenges, reframe problems, and take action towards your goals. Most importantly, it encourages you to create meaningful, lasting change in your life, regardless of what your current circumstances look like. Read this book if you are looking to become more motivated, empowered, and confident as you chase your goals. Also a great book if you're looking to move from a fixed mindset into a growth mindset. Also, if you're someone who feels like you have very little control over your life experiences, this book can help you feel empowered to kind of take back control in certain areas. The next book I have for you is The Surrender Experiment. This is a story about the author's very extreme and unique journey of completely surrendering to the flow of life. And I'm just going to read the back of the book for this one because it does such a great job of encapsulating everything that it is. A thriving spiritual community on more than 600 acres of pristine forest and meadows in Florida, a cutting-edge software package that transformed the medical practice management industry, a billion-dollar public company whose achievements are archived in the Smithsonian Institution, a book that became a New York Times bestseller and an Oprah favorite, and a massive raid by the FBI that would lead to unfounded accusations by the US government. How could all of this spring from a man who had decided to live alone in the middle of the woods, let go of himself, and embrace a life of solitude? But this man had made a radical decision, one that would unwittingly lead him to both the pinnacle of success and the brink of disaster. Michael A. Singer, author of The Untethered Soul, tells the extraordinary story of what happened when, after a deep spiritual awakening, he decided to let go of his personal preferences and simply let life call the shots. As Singer takes you on this great experiment and journey into life's perfection, the events that transpire will both challenge your deepest assumptions about life and inspire you to look at your own life in a radically different way. Could not have said it better myself. This book, I actually listened to the audio version of this book and then I went through and I read it and I underlined like everything and highlighted so many things. This book really encouraged me to foster a deeper relationship with my faith. This is great if you are looking to kind of lean into that permission and softness of going with the flow with life instead of forcing yourself to control every little thing. As a Capricorn, as an ex-perfectionist, I am someone who really wants to control kind of like every facet of my life, or at least I try to. And this book really challenged me to let go of that assumption, let go of the resistance and attachment I had to the choices that I had, and to instead choose to really let go and surrender to the moments, the days, the weeks, the intuitive nudges. So I would recommend this if you are someone who struggles with anxiety or perfectionism, and also if you're looking to embrace mindfulness, simple living, and overall just peace. Parts of this book made me extremely stressed out, but it also made me realize that no challenge is really too big to overcome and to conquer with the right beliefs, mindsets, and non-attachment. The next book I have for you are The 4 Agreements. This is a book that I reread once a year, kind of around this time, the new year, or whenever I feel like I'm falling into a lower mindset of negative thinking and I really need a reboot. This is a guide to personal freedom and inner peace through 4 principles. 1, be impeccable with your word. 2, don't take anything personally. 3, don't make assumptions. And 4, always do your best. This book is rooted in Toltec wisdom, and you can feel the energy. All of the words, all of the phrases really transports your surroundings and your mindset into one of deeper trust, deeper faith, and more gratitude for life itself. This book also helps you to set yourself free from limiting beliefs and conditioning patterns and actually live your life from a more authentic and joyful place. This book is great for you if you feel like you get stuck in negative thought patterns or that negative thought spiral, feel emotionally imbalanced in some ways, or maybe even have a victim mindset when it comes to challenges. This book also promotes mindfulness and self-compassion, and it's a really gentle approach to changing your mindset in order to heal your mental health. The next book I have is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. This book combines neuroscience, quantum physics, and meditation to literally help you change your life, change the fabric of your being in order to create lasting change. It'll help you break old thought patterns, rewire your neurochemistry, and create a new, fulfilling, more aligned reality. This book explores how our thoughts and emotions shape our reality and how we can change our lives by changing our minds. This is a science and spirituality approached book to help you overcome mental and emotional challenges. It also has a lot of practical exercises and meditations. Specifically in the back of the book, it walks you through a 4-week program where you can implement all the things he talks about. And most importantly, it'll help you foster a deeper sense of control and agency in your own healing journey. Now, moving on to the 5 fiction books that I picked out for this video. The first one being Maybe in Another Life. This book follows the main character, Hannah, and it explores the impact of the life decisions that we all make. So, Hannah ends up back in her hometown after some ups and downs in her 20s. And her first night there, she ends up going out to a bar with her friend Gabby, and she gets faced with this simple choice. Do I stay out a little bit longer and catch up with my old high school boyfriend Ethan, or do I go home with Gabby? Now, this decision isn't really that intense, and it's kind of a decision that we've all made at some point in our lives. But in this book, that is where 2 timelines kind of diverge. There's timeline A, where she stays with Ethan, and then timeline B, where she goes home with Gabby. And both of those timelines create absolutely drastically different obstacles, challenges, and lives for herself. This book questions the idea of fate and soulmates, and if there is this idea of destiny. But ultimately, I found it really comforting because, I guess kind of spoiler alert, regardless of what timeline she's in, where 2 completely drastic things happen, she ends up happy, fulfilled. She ends up having grown from those challenges in some way. And so this really inspired me to not take decisions too seriously, because whether I kind of do this or that, like I will still find myself on a path of great fulfillment, great alignment, as long as I am making decisions from a path of alignment. This is really great if you're feeling uncertain in your 20s, if you're grappling with life decisions, and ultimately you just kind of feel stuck. This will help you reflect on the choices you've made in your life in a little bit of a different way. And it'll also help you embrace the power of decisions so that you can make more aligned decisions in the future. The next book I have is yours truly. Abby Jimenez is my new top 5 or top 3 favorite author. I love all of her books, and I love that every single book is mixed with humor, but also really deep, important life decisions and experiences that a lot of people go through. And one of, or multiple of the characters always have mental health representation. So I recommend literally everything written by Abby Jimenez if you're someone who is on a mental health healing journey. Without giving too much away, this book follows 2 doctors, one of which has immense social anxiety, and at first he kind of comes off as Satan. That's actually what the main character calls him. He just comes off as like rude or not a nice guy, but really, when you get inside of his brain, he just has so much anxiety. This book is great because it combines humor with emotional healing. The character development is so intense. You can actually feel their emotions and their transitions come alive from the pages. This is also great if you are currently experiencing struggles like grief, trauma, or relationship issues. It also highlights the importance of self-acceptance and getting support. This book is also amazing if you are on a personal growth or healing journey because it inspires you to be vulnerable and embrace your authenticity. It also reminds you that it is so possible to live a gorgeous, juicy life despite dealing with some mental health issues. The next book I have for you is Just for the Summer, also by Abby Jimenez. This is another rom-com that follows two characters that agree to have this relationship over the summer, but ultimately agree that their relationship is going to be temporary. This story follows a theme of love, loss, attachment styles, trauma from your family members, and the importance of finding joy in the present moment despite going through these mental challenges. You fall head over heels in love with both of these characters. The way Abby Jimenez writes, you really feel their thoughts and emotions and decision making on the page come alive, and it makes you realize, or it makes you reflect on the parts of yourself that are also within these characters. If you are someone who is a little more closed off, or you're scared of being vulnerable or opening yourself up in relationships, you will definitely relate to the main character in this book. It also shows you that just because you had maybe bad or toxic relationships in the past doesn't mean that you're not able to actually heal through positive relationships in the future. The next book I don't have with me because I lent it out, but it is Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. I'll put a little picture here. This book follows a group of strangers who are caught in a hostage situation. And through that shared experience, they reveal their personal struggles, fears, and anxieties. This book is so raw, it takes you on an emotional whirlwind, but ultimately, if you are someone who feels anxiety, any type of anxiety, you will be seen in this book. It'll make you feel not alone, and it'll encourage you to actually be vulnerable and open up with your loved ones or your friends in your own life. It also highlights the importance of empathy and human connection, again, encouraging you to heal through social support. This book is especially helpful if you are someone who feels really isolated in your current mental health struggles, as it demonstrates that we are all connected through our own hardships. This is a book for you if you don't want to feel alone anymore. The last book I have for you may seem like an odd choice, but just let me explain, and that is Fourth Wing. This book follows Violet, who was raised to be a scribe, but at the very last minute ends up going into the Writers' Quadrant at Bazagath's War College. She has an illness where her muscles and bones are weaker than most, and she is just way behind on training compared to all of the other cadets. Regardless of her weaknesses or setbacks, she conquers all of her fears, faces having to make extremely tough decisions, relies on her wit and immense intelligence to think outside the box, and ends up achieving immense power. This book is perfect for you if you are looking for inspiration to be more resilient, overcome adversity, face your fears, look at your weaknesses in a different light through the lens of a high-stakes fantasy novel. This book is also great if you feel self-doubt, low confidence, or low self-esteem because of your mental health struggles. Violet has a lot of weaknesses stacked up against her, and watching her face every single challenge and the mental fortitude it takes to do that is extremely inspiring and will encourage you to face your own external and internal challenges with a lot of resilience. So those are all 10 books that I have for you today to help support you on your mental health healing journey. I wanted to offer a little bit of everything in two completely different genres to really give you a wide variety of options to choose from. All of these books are ones that actually made me think in different ways, but not just think in different ways, actually apply the tools or things that I've learned to my own life. As humans, we heal through connection, through storytelling, and through seeing ourselves reflected on a page. Through hearing other people's stories, we learn powerful lessons because we are putting ourselves in their shoes. That is why reading is so important to me, and that is why I want to blend both mental health and books together. No matter where you are in your healing journey, at least one of these books has a nugget of wisdom to inspire you to heal and align with your highest self. If this video resonated with you or inspired you in some way, then I would love it if you would stick around and subscribe, like, or even comment a life-changing book that you have read in the past. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for chatting with me today, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.